Okay, good morning. ಎಲ್ರೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ತಾನೆ?
Yes, ma'am. You?
ಹಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆನೂ ಇದೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಬರೀಶ್,
Yes, ma'am.
ಅನು 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 ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ. ಅಶೋಕ್,
Present, ma'am.
ಬೆನಿಟಾ,
Present, ma'am.
ಭವಿಷ್ಯ,
Present, ma'am.
ಚೈತ್ರ,
Present, ma'am.
ದೀಕ್ಷಾ, ದೀಪಿಕಾ,
Present, ma'am.
ಮುರಳೀಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಹರ್ಷಿತ್,
Present, ma'am.
ಕಿಶೋರ್, ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್,
Present.
Yes, ma'am.
ನಯನಾ,
Yes, ma'am.
ನೀಲಾಂಜನ್, ನಿಶಾಂತ್, ರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿ,
Present, ma'am.
ರಮ್ಯಾ,
Present, ma'am.
ರಶ್ಮಿ,
Present, ma'am.
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್, ಸುನೀಲ್,
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Nishant present, ma'am.
ನಿಶಾಂತ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್
Ma'am, Anu present, ma'am.
ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಮ್ಮ. ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಲೋ ಇದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ,
Ma'am, Srinivas present.
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಪ್ಪ.
Thank you.
Okay, in the last class we were seeing about what are the mobile cyber crime, what are the mobile wireless device and handheld devices, and we have seen what is portable computer, what is tablet PC, what is internet tablet. We have seen what is personal digital assistance, what is ultra mobile PC, smartphone, computer, fly fusion, pen top computer, trends in mobility, key findings for mobile computing security scenario, popular types of attacks against 3G mobile network, and we've seen what is authentication service security, cryptography security, for mobile devices. Then we've seen what is LDAP security for handheld mobile computing device. Then we have seen what is RSA security for mobile device, media player control security, networking API security for mobile computing applications, attacks on mobile cell phone things, Following are the tips to protect mobile from mobile malware attacks. Phishing, wishing we have seen. Then we have seen how wishing works. So automated message. How to protect from wishing attacks. The following are some tips to protect oneself from wishing attacks. Smishing. How to protect smishing attacks. Following are some tips to protect oneself from smishing attacks. Do not answer a text message that you have received asking for PI. Avoid calling any phone numbers as mentioned in the received messages. To cancel a membership and or confirming a transaction which you have not initiated but mentioned in the message. Always call on the numbers displayed on the invoice and or appearing in the blank bank statement passbooks. Never click on hot link received through message on your smartphone or PDA. Hot links are links that you can click, which will take you directly to the internet site. Hacking Bluetooth. Bluetooth is one open wireless technology standard used for communication, that is exchanging data over a short distance between fixed and or mobile device. Bluetooth is a short a range wireless communication service and technology that uses 2.4 gigahertz frequency range of its transmission and communication. Then blue scanner, the tools which use for each purpose. So blue scanner, this tool enables to search for Bluetooth enabled device and will try to extract all the much information as possible for each newly discovered device after connecting it to the target. So we would have seen so many movies. What these they'll be showing how the uh, things they are attacking. So then this is a one more is a blue sniff. So what is this blue sniff is doing? It is a GUI based utility for finding discoverable blended hidden Bluetooth enabled devices. So that's what Blue Sniff is doing. Next one is a Blue Bugger. The bugger exploits the vulnerability of the device and access the images, phone books in case if you have in your thing. So what this tool will be doing is it is taking the phone books, messages and other personal information. Then blue sniffers, if a Bluetooth of a device is switched on, then blue sniffer makes it possible to connect to the phone without altering the owner and to gain access to restricted portion of our stored data. Then blue diving is testing Bluetooth penetrating. It implements attacks like blue bug and blue surf. Blue jacking, blue surfing, blue bugging, and car whisper are common attacks that have emerged as Bluetooth specific security issues. Blue jacking, it means Bluetooth jacking, where jacking is short name for jacking, act of taking over something. Blue jacking is sending unsolicited message over Bluetooth to Bluetooth enabled device such as mobile phones, PDAs, or computers. Blue sniffers, it is unauthorized access uh, for from a wireless devices through a Bluetooth connection between cell phones, PDAs, and computers. This enables the attackers to access the calendar, contact list, SMS, and emails as well as enable attackers to copy pictures and private videos. Blue bugging, it allows attackers to remotely access a user phones and use its features without user attention. Car Whispers, it is a piece of software that allows attacker to send audio to and receive audio from Bluetooth enabled car stereo. Mobile device security implications for organization, managing diversity and proliferation of handheld device. We have talked about the micro issues of purely technically in nature in the mobile device security. Uh, Security, giving the threats to the uh, information system through the usage of mobile device. The organization needs to establish security practices at a level appropriate to their security objects, subject to legal land or other constraints. Unconventional or stealth storage device, we would like to emphasize upon widening the spectrum of mobile device and focus on standard storage device such as compact disc CDs and universal serial bus, that is whatever we are using pen drives, whatever we connect through a USB port, USB device, also called as a drive memory stick, used by the employees. As the technology is advancing, the devices continue to decrease in size and emerge in new shapes and size. Unconventionally, still storage device available nowadays are difficult to detect and have become a prime challenge for organization security. So that's what we can see, unconventional or stealth storage device. So here in this case, you can see how the watches are connected, and we are connecting memory card, and we are even writing. So we have nowadays, you can see even we have a recording pens where we can record everything and store it in that. So in the same way, glasses also, even in the glasses also, we can, whatever we see, we can record it. So that's what is a pinhole camera lens. So we can see there a pinhole camera lens is there, and B, microphone. So it is a microphone what it is using. Then USB C is a USB 2.0. Then D is recorder and power, either you can on or off the power. Then E is record and power light. So F is a release. So like this is unconventional and still the storage device. The features of the software allows system administrator to monitor which users or group can access USB port, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth adapter, CD, read-only memories and other removable devices. Control the access to devices depending on the time of the day and the day of the week. Create the wish list, the USB, wish list of the USB device, which allows you to authorize only specific device that will not be locked regardless of any other settings. Set device in read-only mode. Protect disk from accidental or intentionally formatting. Threats through lots and stolen device. This is a new emerging issues for cybersecurity. Often, mobile handheld devices are lost while people are on the move. Lost mobile devices are becoming even a large security risk to corporation. A report based on the survey of London's 24,000 licensed cab drivers quotes that 2,900 laptops and 1,300 PDS and 62,000 mobile phones were left in a London in caps in the year 2001 over the last 6 months period. So this is how the we definitely forget with the mobiles. Definitely, we know that we will be using, and with high with emergency or running, catching a flight or catching train, bus, we may leave it somewhere and go. So this is happening since from long time. So protecting data on lost device. So now I have lost my mobile. So then how to protect my data? So reader can appreciate the importance of data protection, especially when it resides on the mobile handheld device. At an individual level, employees need to worry about this. They have to worry about all these individual employees thing. So then educating the laptop user. Often it is so happens that corporate laptop users could be putting their company's network at risk by loading non-work related software capable of spreading virus and spyware. What are the most important management or support issues of the laptops? So we have operating system and a patch management. We can see how much the operating system and the patch management is taking. It is taking around nearly approximately 80%. So then network access configuration. So it is taking around nearly 60%. Then deploying applications, it is taking around 40%. Then user abuse or misuse of laptops. So somebody will be misusing the laptops, then it is approximately taking to 40%. Replacing lost or damaged laptops. So suppose if we have lost any laptops, then to replace that, it is 20%. Then keeping track of number of deployments. So it is almost 20%. Lack of training. So how much we are training. So for that is also around almost 20%. Organizing organizational measures for handling mobile device related security issues. We have discussed micro and macro level security issues with mobile device used for mobile computing purpose, and what individuals can do to protect their personal data on mobile device. We discuss what organization can do towards safeguarding their information system in the mobile computing paradigm. Encrypting organizational data. Critical and sensitive data resides on database. Say applications such as customer relational management that utilize patterns discovered through warehousing and data mining techniques. And with the advance in technology, access to these data is not impossible through handheld device. It is clear that to protect the organization's data loss, such database need encryption, including mobile device in security strategies. These discuss so far makes a strong business case in recognition of the fact that our mobile workforce is on the rise. Organizational IT departments will have to take the accountability of cybersecurity. That threats that come through inappropriate access to the organizational data from mobile device users, employees. Encryption of corporate database is not the end of everything. A few things that enterprises can use are implement strong asset management, virus checking, loss prevention, and other control for mobile systems that will prohibit unauthorized access and the entry of a corrupted data. Investigate alternatives that allow a secure access to the company information through a firewall, such as mobile VPS. So develop a system for more frequent and through security audit for mobile device. Incorporate security awareness in your mobile training and support programs, so that everyone understands such just how important an issue security is with a company's overall IT strategies. Notify the appropriate law enforcement agencies and change passwords. User accounts are closely monitored for any unusual activity for a period of time. Organizing security policies and measures in mobile computing era. Importance of security policies relating to mobile computing device. Proliferation of handheld device used make cyber security issues gravier than what we would tend to think. People, especially the youth, have grown, so we used to their handheld that are treating them like wavelets. So we have seen there are so many handheld devices where we just use them. The survey asked the participants about the likelihood of 6 separate scenarios involving the use of cell phones to communicate sensitive and confidential information occurring in their organization. The scenario described the following: the CEO's administrative assistant uh, uh, Finance CEOs, administrative assistants use a cell phone to arrange group transportation that reveal the CEO's identity and location. The finance and accounting staff discusses earning of press release, and one participant on the call is using a cell phone. A conference call among a senior leader in the organization in which cell phones are sometimes used. Sales managers conducting business in Asia uses his or her cell phone to communicate with the home office. An external lawyer asks for proprietary and confidential information while using his cell phones. A call center employees assist customer using a cell phone to establish an account and collect personal information. It may be including SSN. Operating guidelines for implementing mobile device security policies. In situations such as those described above, the ideal solution would be prohibit all confidential data from being stored on the mobile device. So what they definitely suggest is, so we, not only we, every one of us keep our personal data in the drives, along with that in the mobile device also. They suggest that don't keep anything confidential data from being stored in the mobile device. That's what the suggestion says about the cyber, in the cyber. But this may not always be practical. That's what it says. They just say they don't keep it in the mobile device, but it is not possible, because we carry everything is in the mobile only. We carry the mobile, and wherever we want, we show it in the mobile only. So that's what practically it is not possible. So organizations can, however, reduce the risk that confidential information will be accessed from lost or stolen mobile device through the following steps. So determine whether the employees in the organization need to use mobile computing device at all. So that's what they say, whether even you people can see VTU has banned using of the mobile devices, even in the campus, because it is leading so many distractions. So in the same way here also, even in the companies also, what they are saying, whether to determine whether the employees in the organization need to use a mobile computing device at all, whether they should require a mobile computing. That's what they say. Based on their risk and benefits within the organization, industry, and regulatory environment, implement additional security technologies as appropriate to fit both the organization and the type of device used. Standardized the mobile computing device and the security, advanced security tools being used with them. As a matter of fundamental principles, security deteriorates quickly as the tool and device used becomes increasingly disparate. So what here they're saying, what are the tools you are using, how it is increasing, how it is disparately using. So then develop a specific framework for using mobile device, computing device. So instead of saying that don't store your personal data in the mobile, instead of that, the mobile, whoever is manufacturing the mobile devices, they only should come up with a specific framework for using the mobile devices, where it should have a security, including guidelines for data synchronizing, the use of firewalls and anti-firewall software, and the type of information that can be stored on them. So that's what here, even whenever we are using with the mobile computing devices, so the data should be synced. Along with that, they should use a firewalls and anti-firewall softwares, type of information that can be stored on them. Then centralized management of your mobile computing device, maintain an inventory, so that you can know who can use what kind of the device. So that's what your centralized management will be deciding. If you're using a computing device, mobile computing device, then they will be trying to use an inventory, so that they should keep track which device what it is using. That's what we can see in our campus. If you want to use any internet, then you should have a username and password. Why it is, they can track who is used which IP, and how which website, everything will be tracked. So that's the reason you have user and the password are the two authentications whenever you are using the mobile devices, internet in the campus. In the same way, establish a patching procedure for software on mobile devices. So then, how to establish the software? We can see the softwares which we are using for the desktop and the mobiles are different. The same thing when you are doing it for mailing also, even when we are mailing, because the size of the window in the laptop or desktop is larger one compared to the mobile will be having a small screen. So along with that, the storage, processor, everything will be huge. There will be a lot of difference between a laptop and the mobile device. So that's how here we should separate softwares are used for each of them. So because if you use the same software what we used for laptops, and we cannot install in the mobile, because there will be a lot of compatibility problems along with the device storage space. There are so many other complications when we compare these two. So that's what here, establishing patching procedure for software on mobile device. This can often be simplified by integrating patching with sync or patch management with the centralized inventory database. Label the device and register them with a suitable service that helps return recovered device to the owner. Then establish a procedure to disable a remote access for the mobile devices reported as lost or stolen. So that's what here, whenever we have lost or stolen, we should have a remote access, because so that we can, if we are losing the mobile, someone can use it. So instead of that, we should allow to user remotely, and if you are lost the mobile, uh, all the features, all the data, whatever we have done, we should be in such a way that accessing those things. Many devices allow the user to store username and password for the website portals, which could allow a thief to access even more information that on the device itself. Remote data for computing devices that are often used, remote remove data for from computer. Sorry for the inconvenience. Remove data, establish a procedure to disable remote access for mobile device reported as a lost or stolen, Many devices allow the user to store username and password for website portal, which could allow a thief to access even more information on the device itself. Remove data from computing device that are not in use, or before reassigning those device to new owners. In case of company provided mobile devices to the employee, this is to preclude incident through which people obtain old uh, computing device that still had confidential company data. Provide education and awareness training to personal mobile device. People cannot be expected to appropriately secure their information if they have not been told how. Organizational policies for the use of mobile handheld device. Securing mobile device is creating company policies that address the unique issues these devices raise. Such questions include what an employee should do if the device is lost or stolen. There are many ways to handle the matter of creating policies for a mobile device. One way is creating a distinct mobile computing policies. Another way is including such device under policies. So this is what uh, the chapter says to us, how the mobile tools, how the mobile wireless and handheld devices uh, can be used. So how the cyber, uh, even the crime people can commit the things. So that's what your mobile. So before we end for today's session, just we summarize and close it for this unit. um, so we have just seen about a mobile wireless device and handheld device, how it is. So it may be with the laptops with the wireless access, then standard laptops, standards PDA, smartphones, that is personal digital assistants, desktop PC with wireless access, mobile handheld and wireless. Then what is portable computer? It is a general purpose computer that can be easily moved from one place to another, but cannot be used while in transmit. Usually becomes it requires some setting up and an AC power source. Then the same way tablet PCs, so it's a lack of keyboard where we don't have the keyboards. It's shaped like a slate or a paper notebook, and the features of touch screen with the stylish and handwriting recognition softwares. Then internet tablets, so it is internet applications in a tablet form. Unlike a tablet PC, the internet tablet does not have much computing power, and its application suite is limited. Also, it cannot replace a general purpose computer. The internet tablets typically features on MP3 and video player, a web browser, a chat application, and a picture viewer. Program personal digital assistant. It is a small, usually pocket-sized computer with limited functionality. It is intended to supplement and synchronize with a desktop computer, giving access to contact, address book, notes, email, and other features. Ultra mobile PCs, it is a full featured PDA sized computer, general purpose operating system. Smartphone, it is a PDA with an integrated cell phone functionality. Current smartphones have a wide range of features and installable applications. Computer, it is a computing device installed in an automobile. It operates as a wireless computer, sound system, and global positioning system, and DVD players. It also contains word processing software and is Bluetooth compatible. Fly Fusion Pentop computer, it is a computing device with the size and shape of the pen. It functions as a writing utensil, MP3 player, language translator, digital storage device, and a calculator. Trend in trends in the mobility. So what are the different trends we have? So now we can see we have already almost maybe in some few months, but because of corona it maybe get delayed. Maybe 5G also we would have started. So mobile computing in the era where third G, which promises greater variety in the applications and have highly improved usability, as well as speeder networking, that is iPhone from Apple and Google led Android phones are the best examples of this trend, and there are plenty of other developments that point in this direction. This smart mobile technology is rapidly gaining popularity, and attackers, hackers, and crackers are among its biggest fan. Types of mobility and its implications. So user mobility, device mobility, session mobility, device mobility. Then key findings of the mobile computing scenario: with the usage and the experience, awareness of mobile user gets enhanced. People continue to remain the weakest link for laptop security. Wireless connectivity does little to increase burden of managing laptops. Laptop experience changes the view of starting a smart held pilot. There is a native and or a neglect in a smart held device. Rules rather than technology keeping smart held handheld device usage is in checking. Popular types of attacks against 3G mobile networks: malware, virus, and worms, denial of service, overbilling attacks, spoof DOS policy development process, signal level attacks. Authentication service security. There are two components of security in mobile computing: security of device and security in networks. A secure network access involve mutual authentications between the device and the base station or web servers. This is to ensure that only authenticated device can be connected to the network for obtaining the requested service. No malicious code can impersonate the service provider to trick the device into doing something it does not mean to. Does the network also play a crucial role in security of mobile devices? Some eminent kind of attacks to which mobile devices are subjected are to push attacks, pull attacks, and cracks attack. Then authentic cryptography security in the mobile devices. So how this will technical technique, that is cryptographically generated addresses, that is CGA. We know that we were using IPv4, but in CGA, in cryptography generated address, it is having a IPv6 that addresses up to 64 address bits that are generated by hashing owner's public key address. The addresses the owner uses is the corresponding private key to assert address the ownership. So we can see here attackers launches blended attacks over RUG ad hoc network, 802.11 Bluetooth infrared, that may be warm Zombio. Then Pocket PC device reads email, zombie installed, worm propagate. Then worm or zombie, denial of DOS, zombie flat enterprises server. Then we can see desktop or contactless victims. So then what is this LDAP security for handheld mobile computing device? That is, LDAP is a software protocol for enabling anyone to locate individual or organization and other resources such as files, disks on the network. So we can see how the devices or the network, maybe it is a public internet or even the organizational internet. In a network, directory tells you where an entity is located in the network. What is this RSA security for mobile device? RSA is an important consideration for protecting the business sensitive data that may reside on the employee's mobile device. In terms of cyber security, mobile devices are sensitive. Media player control security gives the lifestyle of today's young generation. It is quite common to expect them embracing the mobile handheld device as a means for information access, remote working, and entertainment. Music and video are the two important aspects in day-to-day aspects for the young generation. We can see how the videos, even now what we are doing, we are recording. So what we are recording, so we are recording audio as well as video. So we are sharing the screen, and we are presenting maybe in PPT or Word or some option, some way. Then we are recording all this so that you can revisit this again and again. So that's how here cybersecurity gives us. Uh, Given this, it is easy to appreciate how this can be a source for cybersecurity breaches. So various leading software development organizations have been warning the user about the potential security attacks on their mobile device through a music gateway. There are many examples to show how a media player can turn out to be a source of threat to information handheld on a mobile devices. So, for example, in the year 2002, Microsoft Corporation warned about this. According to this new item, Microsoft had uh, um, perform any task, how this may be taking care. Malicious hackers or hacking people computer system and perform a variety of actions. According to this warning from Microsoft, in the most server exploits of the law, hacker could take a computer system and perform any task a computer owners is allowed to do, such an opening files or accessing certain parts of the network. The network API security for mobile computing applications. With the advent of electronic e-commerce and its further offshoot into m-commerce, online payment are becoming common phenomena with the payment gateway accessed remotely and possibly wireless. So now what we are doing, we are working, but we are working online. So that's how here in the same way, everything e-commerce, uh, we are using Amazon, Flipkart, all online tools we are using. So when we are using online, we even do payment online only, prefer to do online. So then even that should be secured. That's what already there are organizations announcing the development of various APIs to enable software and hardware developer to write a single application that can be used to target multiple security platforms present in a range of devices such as mobile phones, portable media player, set-top box, and huge home gateway. Most of these device development are targeted especially at securing a range of embedded and consumer product, including those running OS such as Linux, Symbios, Microsoft Windows CE, and Microsoft Windows Mobile. So like this technology development such as provided the ability to significantly improve cybersecurity of the wide range of consumers as well as mobile devices. Providing a common software framework, APIs will become an important enabler of new and higher value services. So mobile attacks on mobile and cell phones, mobile phone theft, mobile phones have become an integral part of everybody's life, and the mobile phone has transformed from being a luxury to a bare necessity, increasing in the purchasing power and availability of numerous laws. Low cost handsets have also led to an increasing in their mobile users. Theft of mobile phones has risen dramatically over the past few years. Many insurance companies have stopped offering mobile theft insurance due to large number of false claiming Following factors contribute for outbreak on mobile device. NF target terminals. The first Palm OS virus was seen after number of Palm OS devices released in 15 millions. The first instance of the mobile was observed during June 2004 when it is discovered that an organization had engineered an anti-privacy Trojan virus is older version of their mobile phone game known as Mosquito. Enough functionality, enough connectivity. Then we have seen about mobile viruses. So the mobile virus is similar to the computer virus that targets mobile phone data or applications or software installed in it. So virus attacks on the mobile device are no longer an exception or a proof of concepts nowadays. In totally 400 mobile virus families and more than 300 mobile viruses have been identified. First mobile virus was identified in 2004 and it was beginning to understand that a mobile device can act as a vector uh, to enter the computer network. Mobile viruses get spread through two dominant communication protocol, Bluetooth and MMS. So Bluetooth virus can easily spread within distance of 10 to 30 meters through Bluetooth activated phones. That is blue if Bluetooth is always enabled in the mobile phone, whereas MMS virus can send a copy of itself to the all mobile users whose numbers are available in infected mobile device address book. So what we have to do when the virus has been attacked? So following are some tips to protect mobile from a mobile malware attacks. Download or accept programs and contents, including ringtones, games, video clipping, and photos, only from a trusted source. If your mobile is equipped with the Bluetooth, turn it off or set it to non-discoverable mode when it is not in use and not required to use. If a mobile is equipped with Beam, allow it to receive incoming beams only from a trusted source. Download and install antivirus software for mobile devices. Mishing. Mishing is a combination of mobile phones and phishing. Mishing attacks are attempted using a mobile phone technology. M-commerce is a fast becoming a part of everyday life. If you use your mobile phones for purchasing goods, services, and for banking, you could be more vulnerable to phishing scams. A typical phishing attacker use call terms as a phishing message known as a smishing. Phishing is a criminal practice of using social engineering or telephone system, most often using a features by VOI. How this phishing works? The criminal can intimate a phishing attacks using a variety of methods, each of which depends upon information gathered by a criminal, and criminals will to reach a particular audience. Internet email is it is also called phishing mails, mobile text message, voicemail, direct phone call. So these are the things where in the automated messages. So what we do sometimes we get a call and they say you press one to check your balance, press two for transfer fund. Like this they do, but we should be very careful enough when we are doing anything unlocking through the online phones. So the same way, how to protect from a phishing attacks? Following are some tips to protect oneself from phishing attacks. Then smishing, what is smishing we have seen and how can we protect it from smishing attacks. Then what is a hacking Bluetooth, how the hackers will hack using a Bluetooth. So then we have seen these are the different tools available with the Bluetooth and how they are hacking. So this is Bluetooth scanner, Bluetooth sniffing, Blue Bugger, Blue Sniffer, Blue Drive. And these are the things which we have seen. Along with that, blue jacking, blue sniffing, blue bugging, car wipers, So this is how we can see how the Bluetooths can be hacked. The same way, mobile device security for the organization, how the organization can secure their data, because every one of us will be using mobiles, and how the organization has to secure its data so that others cannot, the hackers cannot use their employees' mobile and hack the organization data. So then unconventional all-state storage device, uh, which we can do, and threats through lost and stolen devices. Then protecting data on the lost device, how we have to protect our data when the mobile is lost. Then educating the laptop users to educate how they have to use the laptop. In the same way, encrypting organizational database, including mobile device in a secured strategy. A few things that enterprise can use are then organizational security policies and measures in mobile computing era. So then operating guidelines for implementing mobile device security policies. Then how the organizational policies for the use of mobile devices, mobile handheld devices can be used. So then that's what here you can see how the operating guidelines for implementing the mobile device security policies. In situations such as those described above, the ideal solution could be to prohibit all confidential data from being stored on the mobile device. But this may not always be practical. Organization can, however, reduce the risk that the confidential information will be accessed from the stolen or a mobile devices through the following steps. So along with that, organization policies for use of mobile handheld device. So how they have to secure themselves. So secure mobile device is creating company policies that address the unique issues. These device raises such questions, including what an employee should do if a device is lost or stolen. There are many ways to handle the matter of creating policy of mobile devices. One way is creating distinct mobile computing policies. Another way is including such device under the policies. So this is what about your this unit. So now by this end the fourth unit. In the next class we'll start with fifth unit, and left with the last one unit. So by that we end. And one more thing I want to inform you people. So for your second and third internals, I think it will be once you come back to the college after this lockdown gets over. Second and third internals will be in a very short gap they will be conducting. In very short gap, first internals and second and third internals will be conducted. So for the second internals, your syllabus. So what was your first internal syllabus? First unit you have done, and half of maybe the starting of the second unit. So for your second internals will be second and third, and for the third internals it will be fourth module and the fifth module. So let us stop here. Then we'll continue in the next class.